Wonderful morning to viewers across the world. It's Ayo Adams on the Sports Segment of the Weekend Show, compliment of the season. Happy New Year to all our viewers across the world. I mean, it's an exciting season for sports, and the year is going to start off with a lot of international tournaments. We have the CAF African Cup of Nations happening in Cote d'Ivoire. We also have the first Grand Slam of the season happening in Australia. That will be happening also next weekend. And then we have the BAL Africa coming later in earlier the year on March. We also have the African Combine going on. But I will walk you through some of the major headlines across the world of sport. We'll start with the CAF increasing the prize money for the upcoming CAF African Cup of Nations. On Thursday announced the governing body of the African football, the CAF, has announced on Thursday a 40% increase in prize money for the winner of the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations 2023, which will be holding in Cote d'Ivoire next weekend. The winner of the Total AFCON 2023 will now receive $7 million, while the runner-up will take home $4 million and the semi-finalists each will receive $2.5 million, while the quarter-finalists will receive $1.3 million. The president of CAF, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, has made significant progress over the past 2 years in increasing the prize money of AFCON and all its major competitions. He said, "We have increased the prize money of the AFCON to $7 million, which is a 40% increase from the previous AFCON prize money. I'm confident that a portion of the prize money will contribute to developing football and also benefit all the football stakeholders, as well as assist our member associations with their administrations." The AFCON is only 7 days away, and teams have begun their preparations for their national representation. Who will be crowned the king of the continent? We'll wait and see. Well, the CAF, the AFCON will be hosted in Cote d'Ivoire just a couple of days away. By this time next week, the preparation and the jitters for AFCON will be commencing in Ivory Coast, and then lots and lots of countries and the very own Super Eagles have also been training and gearing up for the tournament. Now moving on, still in football, we'll move on to transfers. The in and out of the January transfer window has become something spectacular, as some of the major players across world football also have made major transfers through January. But then in the news today, we have Bayern Munich in talks with Tottenham, and England defender Eric Dyer, the 29-year-old, is being eyed as one of their several centre-back options. If the deal pans through, he will rejoin his former captain, Harry Kane, while Manchester United will pay the majority of Jadon Sancho's wages if the winger returns to Borussia Dortmund on loan. The 23-year-old winger remains at loggerheads with his coach, Erik ten Hag, as he refused to apologize after publicly, speaking against his manager. Still on the transfer news, Juventus have pulled out of the race to sign 28-year-old Manchester City and England midfielder Calvin Phillips, who is also wanted by Newcastle United. Phillips, since joining the defending champions of the Premier League, Man City, has been unable to break into Pep Guardiola's team, and is such a brilliant midfielder who played for Leeds United in their triumphant season under Marcelo Bielsa. Still on the transfer news, we have Crystal Palace and former France under-21 winger Michael Olise is being closely monitored by Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City. What a brilliant youngster he is. Let's see who will back the youngster, Michael Olise, before the January transfer window collapses. Turkish side Fenerbahce are keen on signing Manchester United and France forward Anthony Martial from Manchester United. Will that happen? Well, let's wait and see. Manchester United fans have been waiting to see if the Frenchman will move, but then I think it's probably the perfect time for that to happen. That's the update on transfer. We'll keep you updated across the season. Let's move on to basketball now. The BAL Africa Combine events has geared up for its 4th season. So the league's highly anticipated Combine event, which is scheduled for January 5th to January 7th in Rabat, Morocco. Over the past 4 years, there's been a growing interest in the BAL from players, coaches, scouts, basketball executives, making the BAL Combine an opportunity to answer some key questions about the league. The 3-day scouting event will feature 30 players from Africa, Europe, US, around the world. Among the 2024 BAL Combine campers are 4 players who featured in the 2022 BAL season, including Maktar Gueye from Senegal, Ibrahim Fofana from Guinea, Jawad Adekoya from Nigeria, and Kelvin Amayo also from Nigeria. Other confirmed players include Bilal Crucifix, Abdulrahman Abdulhalim, Zion Fortune, Jordan Doss, Zach Bates, Jordan Allen, and this year's BAL Combine started yesterday and will end tomorrow, January 6th, 5th, 6th, and 7th in Ibn Yassim Omnisport Hall in Rabat, Morocco. This is the first BAL Combine in Africa after the previous editions were held in New York City. All right, let's move to tennis, and it was an exciting and interesting update to see Rafael Nadal grace back the tennis pitch. The king of clay, Rafael Nadal, had been kept out of the sport for a year as he recovered from a hip injury, welcomed back by the Brisbane crowd in Australia before his comprehensive wins over Dominic Thiem and Jason Kubler earlier last week. Though he could not deliver against Thompson of Aussie on Friday in a much tighter contest, which ended 5-7. 7-6, 6-3 in favor of the Australian, who will now play Dimitrov Grigor in the semi-finals. But the Spaniard, who won the Australian Open in the 2022 season, has been spectacular across the season. But he had a number of things to say after his showdown. Rafael Nadal, that up there on the screen, talking about how he felt across the season. It's an amazing feeling to come back and feel the crowd supporting even more than before. My approach is just to try every single day that I have the chance to be on the court. The post-presser, this is what he had to say.
Went, and if that thing is not important, is a very positive week. You know, if something is worse than what we want, then it's not that positive. But let's wait. I mean, it's not the day to talk about this kind of stuff. It's the day to be happy and to congratulate the opponent. And then the next couple of days, let's see how I feel.
Couple of days, let's see how he feels. That's Rafael Nadal speaking to the presser after his loss to Thompson at the Brisbane International season. Well, that's all we have for you on the Sports Segment of the Weekend show. But like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be an exciting opening year for football and sports across the world. The CAF is happening. We also have the Australian Open happening, and the BL Africa Combine is also going on. That's all I have for you. My name is Ayo Adams. And before I leave you, I'm here with Mr. Andy.
I'm so impressed that Nadal came back and he won his first match.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that.
Exciting.
He just has refused to give up, and he still has positive spirits. Yeah. And also for the CAF Cup, I can't wait to see how Nigeria performs. We've not played, we weren't in the World Cup, so I can't wait to watch this. And we kind of do well in the CAF Cup. What do you expect from the Nigerian team?
I think, for me, I think we can go as far as the quarterfinals.
Okay, I think
from the quarterfinals, it becomes a game of anybody.
Who do you think is our biggest threat or the potential top two?
I think it's Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is still our biggest highlight, Victor Boniface and the likes of them. But who we should fear? Morocco and Senegal.
I'm scared of Morocco. I'm 100% scared of Morocco. Thank you so much, Aya Adams. Like Aya said, it's going to be an amazing year. It's a big year for us here on the Weekend Show, and we promise to give you the best which we can. If you want to sponsor, you have our details, and you can follow us on social media at Weekend Show NG on Facebook, Instagram, and X. I still find it weird calling Twitter X. But yeah, my name is Andy Madaki. Do have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks to our producers and directors. Have a blessed week and weekend.